Hey, go ahead, Coach.
Okay. Obviously, it's been a beautiful week of weather, so it's been nice. Guys are in good spirits. It's been really good to get our players a bit of rest. Had a little bit lighter Monday and Tuesday. Had a really good workload today. Monday, we worked some of the guys that hadn't gotten as many snaps as the ones. So we worked quite a few guys on Monday that hadn't had as many snaps, and they got good work. Gave our guys yesterday off, and today had a good physical day today, and we'll have a good practice tomorrow. And then we're trying to get ahead for Vandy, and also just work on ourselves. Just work on the areas that we felt like we needed improvement, and just trying to get better. So that's all I got.
Mark, the bye week, it seems like every coach will be like it comes at the right time, whether coming off a big win or a loss or whatever. How do you feel like the energy is going into this bye week, though, coming off one of these wins comparable to other years?
Well, I think, it definitely feels better. Let's be honest. I mean, when we have a loss, we're waiting for the next opportunity. And sometimes that's a long wait when you're waiting 2 weeks. But either way, you have to, try to clear it, get good energy, get out here and be productive and try to improve and get better. And I feel like the guys are in a, good place, but, they'll continue to get some rest, obviously, without having to play on Saturday. They'll their bodies need to recover a little bit.
Mark, you mentioned on your radio show the question about, I think it was regarding the new rule that may come in with the scholarships and doing some recruiting work this week. How has that changed just the overall recruiting mindset and approach?
Yeah, I mean, right now, until we get the final decision from the judge in California, we all are just kind of recruiting under the assumption that we're going to have more numbers than we've had. So we got to go out and hit the pavement. You want to recruit. We want to take some high school commitments. You obviously want to leave a little room for the portal. But we're up in the air a little bit here. But, everybody's in the same boat. Every school is in the same boat. And so, obviously, I confer with my colleagues quite a bit. And we're all just going to go out and hit the road and hit the pavement and try to sign as many good players as we can.
Obviously, in Ole Miss, you guys put together a complete game, right? But the improvements that you guys made for Georgia and Ohio, like, what did you notice that you guys have continued to do that's kind of locked in now after three games?
Well, I think the big thing is, after, heading into the Georgia game, as I told you, after week, 2, and when you get yourself humbled there a little bit, you get their attention to focus in on all the little details. And, that all this stuff, like, you need really good players, you need a scheme, and all that, but you have to execute, and I know, you guys have heard me say that every time I talk to you, and that probably gets old and it's coach speak, and it's not really great for your shows and all that, but it's the truth. I mean, it's a fundamental game, and you have to play, and you have to prepare the game the right way, with respect and doing the right thing, and then they need to be them, be players, go make plays and do the one-on-one amazing things that they do. But it's after you take care of job number one, do your job, then go play ball and be, and I think, that's as simple as I can put it, but, there's just so many things we needed to improve on, and we have. I credit the coaches and individual, coordinators, all of them, have gotten better, and there's still a lot of work to be done.
Coach, you guys were talking about rallying around Max being out last week and just kind of getting that win for him. And how's he recovering with that? They said he's like in the hospital. And how's he doing?
He's doing better. He's recovering, and he's doing better. But he'll be out for the short, for the. I don't know. I'll update you later. But he's out right now.
You talked to us last week, and you mentioned it more than once about the communications and how you got to improve each week, and especially going into the Ole Miss game. When you studied the video, how did you feel about it? I assume it was pretty good, about among themselves and with the sideline in communication?
Yeah, I think we were much cleaner. I don't know what the totals were. Tony's not here. You're probably not on it, but the penalties have been way down since the South Carolina game. I think we're near the top of the league with the fewest penalties, and so I think that's been a big improvement for us. And I think we've been more efficient with just the pre-snap communication and the pre-snap movement on offense and getting plays in and just running the plays and having a good understanding of what we're trying to do. And so I just think it comes with reps. It is a new offense, again, a new coordinator, and I think you're seeing a little bit smoother transition.
Coach, a few weeks ago we talked with Coach White, and we'd ask him a question about third downs, and he said, I feel like if we didn't have some things last year carrying over, there wouldn't be a conversation about third downs. Well, Saturday, they only converted 1 third down, 2 fourth downs, but only 3 total on 3rd and 4th down. How has the defense improved from maybe the years past recently on third down stops?
Well, you just said it. We've improved. I think, and that's week to week, right? That just because we're playing better on third down right now doesn't mean it's automatically going to happen in the next game. People hone in on what you're doing. They have beaters. You have to stay ahead of them, change things up. As I've said again and again, you have to win one-on-ones. Sometimes there's no hiding. You just got to cover somebody and you got to win. And, our guys have competed well. I think Coach White has really done a nice job of mixing things up. Our players have played hard. I think you have to credit the front, for being very, very disruptive at times as well. And so, it's a team effort.
What still has to happen for the O-line to improve? I know they're having a better couple games.
The O-line has been better. I think they're showing really showing improvement, and I think you saw that last week, and certainly in our play action protection's been better. Our run game has been very efficient. We'd like to run for a few more yards last week, but we were playing defense. I think statistically we're number 1, if I'm not mistaken, heading into the game. So, we played some pretty good competition and have moved it well, I think. And the protection at times has been good, and at times it's not as good. But like one of the sacks Saturday was on a tight end, and and it all works together. It's not just them. And it depends on the situation too. If we're unpredictable, if we're in 3rd and long, you're going to get some heat. And those dudes they got some players. They got some real players. And so I think overall we're seeing improvement, and that's what I like.
Talking about after the game, how well you all covered in the back end. You went back and watched it. A guy like DJ playing his first, big game. And JQ obviously had a bunch of tackles. Was it even more impressive when you watched the film?
I think once again it was just the way we competed, the way we bounced back. Like JQ, he gets beat on a play, 2 or 3 plays later he causes a fumble. Just constantly grinding, constantly fighting. It's tough. It's tough covering those guys. We put them on some islands, we put them in some space, and they made some plays. 2 or 3 down the field that were explosive plays that we got the ball loose. And I just appreciate their effort. I think Chris Collins has done a really good job with some new guys, and they're getting better. I think the nice thing about our group is they have some length to them, and that shows up on the field as well.
Alex is the SEC lineman of the league. You look at his stats, they don't jump off the page, but you look at the video, he was everywhere.
Yeah, I think, that's one of the things we talked about last week was just playing relentless, and he certainly personified that. He really played extremely hard. I'm really proud of him for, again, bouncing back. He had some lulls in the beginning of the season where he had some ups and downs, and we challenged him and he responded. He really had a very good game, and he played extremely hard.
Mark, what's your message to a player not like Dane, but Dane specifically after he has had a really good couple of games? He seems to be really getting a stride. How do you keep him going?
Yeah, I don't have to say anything to Dane. Dane's a very, very self-motivated guy, and of course we're going to coach him and be there with him, but he's a guy that's self-driven, and that's what you like. So, he's always working on his craft right now, and whether it be in 7-on-7 reps, team reps, 1-on-1s, or even before or after practice, you see him working, and so he's definitely locked in and in a good place.
Mark, Lane
Last one.
Lane Kiffin has kind of gushed about Jamon Davis-Johnson after the game.
Mm-hmm.
Just how important was he from maybe a communication standpoint to getting y'all lined up, and how?
But
how
that's
do you
it's
think
a
he played?
pretty experienced group we have, you know. So I think in general, just all the guys having a great sense of urgency. When you're playing Ole Miss, you know, you have to have great urgency, and we did for a good portion of the game, but not every play, you know. But I think that's, you know, as a group, our guys played, you know, very hard. Very relentless, and they, you know, they played with some urgency. There's no time to celebrate when you're playing against a team like that. You got to get right back, reload, and go play the next play. And I thought, you know, that's what really showed up. Even, you know, people talk about how well we played, and we did, but we gave up more explosives in that game than we had. And so, you know, for us, we're still like, you know, trying to limit that some more. So, you know, it was a little bit of back and forth.
Any soreness from the crowd surf? Or are you all good?
feeling good, ready to go.
Just got one small one.
Anything
This is it.
new with Chip?
No, I don't have any update on Chip at this point. No, I don't have to give you anything this week, so I'm
People will ask.
no, I don't have any update. All right. It
You're
was
joking about going for it on fourth down. I bet you're happy with that one.
yeah, I was happy with going for it on fourth down, but as I said in press today, I think it was, but you know, I get a analytics report card, if you will, each and every week that we belong to, and I get information from, and it verified it. It actually, I didn't know if it would or wouldn't. I went with my gut, and I told you my reason. My reason was I didn't want to get bled out, and we needed a touchdown. Again, two completely different scenarios. And, you know, field position in 3 is a little different than being down 4 or you had 3 more, you're down 7. You know, I'm no mathematician, but I mean, you need a touchdown, right? So I felt like the condensed space was the right thing to do, and my report card told me I was correct.